Hi, my name is Mustafa, and today we'll take a look at an American folk tune called O Shenandoah, arranged for fingerstyle ukulele. This is a beginner arrangement that revolves mostly around the F major and D minor chords. There is one C major and one B flat major chord. Don't let that fool you though, there are a few challenging passages to make this sound legato, such as position shifts to the 8th fret, a slide, and a natural harmonic. Ultimately, your challenge is to sound legato and maintain a good balance between the melody and the accompaniment. Considering all this, I would say this is a great piece to test your chops and see if you're ready for the bigger pieces. As such, this should take you 2 to 5 weeks, but if you're an absolute beginner, expect anywhere from 3 to 8 weeks to nail this one. With that in mind, let's get started. Alright, so the piece starts with the pickup bar, and we're going to play an open C string that is part of an F major chord. Now we have 2 F notes, or 2 1 frets on the 2nd string, and they happen in rapid succession. In order to play that and make it sound good, you want to play the first F, or the first F fret, with your index, and the second with your middle. This is kind of like a speed burst. After that, you would arpeggio an F chord, put your 4th finger on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, that's the melody G note. And here what you're going to do is you're going to play the G or the 3rd fret with your middle finger and the open A string with your ring finger. So it becomes thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb, index, middle, ring. Now you see that slur mark or the hammer on mark, so you play the open string and you hammer the 1st fret. And while you do that, you need to watch out for your 4th finger. It needs to be anticipating that 5th fret. I see a lot of students, they would play and their 4th finger is all the way here, far away from where it needs to be. If you look ahead to bar 2, you know that you need to be near the 5th fret. Stretch and get that 5th fret with your middle finger as indicated on the score. And then you would slide it back or position shift to the 3rd fret with your ring finger, also using the 4th finger. And then you arpeggio an F major chord. Now you're going to use that open note to shift all the way to the 8th fret. Do not play and then you move to the 8th fret, otherwise you're not going to have enough time. Use the open string, and this is a really good tip for you to remember. Use the open string, or strings in some pieces, to do your position shifts. Using that open string masks the move and makes you sound legato. We're going to land with our 4th finger on that 8th fret, and we're going to use our middle finger. That's 8th fret. Index with the 3rd finger, playing that 7th fret. And now we're going to use our 4th finger to do a position shift to land on the 5th fret. There you go. So it's 8, 7, 5. You have to practice that move. 8, 7, 5. Why our 4th finger? Because we need to hit the 3rd and 2nd frets. So that's thumb on the 3rd fret. And then 1st finger on that 2nd fret. And now you're going to let go of the 5th fret and 3rd fret. You let go and you slide to the 5th fret. To make this sound good, try to hold the 5th fret and the 3rd fret as long as possible just before you do the slide. If you let go earlier, it will sound like you're cutting them off. So that's 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, slide. Now you're going to do a natural harmonic with your 3rd finger on top of the 7th fret, which is the same note as the 5th fret. They're both Ds. And the idea here is really just to sound cool, look virtuosic, and make people gasp for, you know, that kind of magical trick. So make sure you practice it until you nail it, because if you do a magic trick and fail in the middle, the whole system collapses. So make sure you watch out for that. So that's 5th fret, 3rd. Now the cool thing about playing harmonics is that when you play it, it will resonate, giving you the chance to move wherever you need to move next without blocking the music, sort of like how we use the open string to make our position shifts. So when you play that 7th fret, you can move back to the 3rd fret. And now we play 3rd fret, middle finger with our 1st finger. You can use your 3rd finger here for that 5th fret, but I like to use my 4th finger because it keeps my hand in a square posture, balanced posture. So that's 3, 5, 3, now open, now you play 3 with your ring finger, and then you arpeggiate an F major chord. Now 3rd fret, you already have it with your 4th finger. Now you're going to play it and slide to that 5th fret, and use your ring and index for the right hand to play. Now we have 2 notes also in rapid succession. We're going to play them the same as we did in bar 1, using our index and middle. Notice how I'm playing that while holding the bass note. 1st finger on the 3rd fret. Now we have that B flat major chord. We let go of everything to play the open, our middle finger. Notice how I'm using my 4th fingers on those 3rd frets. For the same reason, it keeps my hand square and not twisted. Once you land on that 1st fret, you're now able to play that D minor chord. You don't need to press it all at the same time. You can just press the bass, then the following note. You already have the 1st fret, and then you can play the open. It is extremely important that this particular chord is played lightly, because the melody note is that 2nd note in the bar, the 3 and the 1. Now we're going to arpeggiate the D minor chord on top, but because we don't have enough strings, we're going to have to cross the melody. This string right here is the same note as the melody. So if you blast it, people are going to get confused as to where the melody is supposed to be. The next melodic note is the note with the stem pointing up, which is all the way at the end. It's that open C. So we have to play that D minor chord lightly. Now we can blast it a little bit. That F major chord, arpeggio. So now that we're playing that F major chord with a C on top, we arpeggiate, we play that 1st fret, hammer the 3rd fret, and then we're going to position a D minor chord, arpeggio that D minor chord, and then a C, and then an F for that last cadence. And then you have the repeat. Again, my name is Mustafa, and this is a tutorial for Shenandoah. This is not the easiest of pieces, but it's still quite beginner, so it is attainable for you. I wish you best of luck, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you next time.